Welcome to today's SeafoodNews.com video, sponsored by the Alaska Seafood Marketing Institute.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, July 24th. A lot of buyers are having a really tough summer this year buying seafood. And we decided to take a look at whether the high prices in shrimp are also happening in other seafood species. We looked at our Comtell database of seafood prices and found that fully 17% of the items that Urner quotes reached Comtell database highs in the month of July. There are about 50 items on shrimp, but also we had a lot of salmon items, a lot of tilapia items, also oysters, mussels, all reaching database highs. And what this says really is that buyers are facing a really unprecedented situation this year because of the volume of seafood items that are experiencing either product shortages or high prices or both. For example, if we look at shrimp, salmon, and tilapia, these three species make up fully 67% of the volume of all U.S. fresh and frozen seafood. And all three species are under intense price pressure right now, all for different reasons. But what this means is that there really isn't any relief. The shrimp situation obviously is critical. We are now in the midst of the third major shrimp shortage caused by disease in the last 20-25 years. There was one in the early 1990s when the initial Chinese and Taiwan production of black tigers collapsed. There was one in 2000 when Ecuador was hit by the white spot virus. And there's one this year as the continued ravages of EMS have meant that Asian countries have begun importing shrimp from around the world, especially Latin America, introducing extreme price pressures. When we look at salmon, the wild salmon harvest of both sockeye in Alaska and pink salmon in Russia is down considerably this year. So certain wild salmon items are simply not available or hard to find, and of course prices are up considerably. On the farm salmon side, the increase in production this year has been lower than expected, and coupled with strong salmon demand, that's led to extremely strong prices. On tilapia, Mike Ramsing did a story focusing on Chinese tilapia prices, and here again, a period of low prices in 2012 led to cutbacks by farmers in the major producing areas, and so this year, with high production costs and less tilapia in the ponds, there's less supply to go around. So there doesn't seem to be any relief or anything that is going to help buyers in the near term. The shrimp prices in particular seem to be escalating to a point where at some point everybody's just going to say stop and not pay these prices anymore. But last week we had some reports that farmers in Ecuador increased their pond prices by as much as 45 cents. And this creates a dangerous feedback loop where the replacement costs go higher, so there's higher quotes to the U.S. buyers. Then the U.S. buyers acknowledge that there's a higher price. The farmers in Ecuador and also in Asia and India see that there's higher prices, and so they increase their prices again. This is something that cannot continue, and at one point will definitely come to a stop. But for the time being, this summer is a very tough year for seafood buyers, and we don't see any immediate relief in sight. In Nantucket, Mass., this is John Sackton.
Today's SeafoodNews.com video was brought to you by the Alaska Seafood Marketing Institute. Alaska has been protecting wild and sustainable seafood for generations and adheres to the most recognized and internationally accepted set of guidelines written by the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization. For recipes and additional information, visit wildalaskaflavor.com.